In this video, we'll cover the second section that looks somewhat like this. We'll start out by creating a blank section and then adding a couple columns. So let's get started. First thing I'll do is add the blank section. Make it a 2-column so that we can drop images, but before I do that, let's just kind of add some spacing at the top and bottom. I'll also name the section, so we'll call this like a feature. Go to spacing, and then we'll just add like a large spacing, or maybe extra large. Yeah, that looks decent. And then we'll just drag some text and image. I'll just quickly add the image that I already have from my folders. It's this one. Good. I think this looks nice. Yeah, and we'll make it bigger or smaller as needed. Before I go further, I'll shift click on the columns and make sure that they are completely mobile responsive. So I'm just shift clicking on each of them and making them mobile responsive. I also forgot, like, see how over here the icons are above the text on there, but what I want to do is make sure that these are also fixed. So I'll just shift click on these icons and just make them next to each other so they look very mobile responsive. I kind of forgot to make that particular item mobile responsive or make it look decent on mobile, but now it looks better. So this kind of gives us a good idea of what we need to do. I'll also try to add some more margin around these blocks. Can't seem to add them. We'll get back to these in a bit if we have time. Let's move on to the section that we are working on, which is this one, and I want to start adding some text to it. And let's switch back to the desktop view. Write down new point of sales system over here. And then I already have the other text copied in my clipboard, so I'll just paste it like so. And just make the necessary adjustments and cosmetic changes. Okay, looks decent. Now let's work on creating the just add a space so it looks same as the image, and then let's add the 2 columns underneath it. So the way you do this is you go to manage layout, and then we'll go to the new section, which is the feature. It's good to name the sections, by the way, and I'll go to row 1 and then column 1. In here, what I can just do is add another row with 2 columns. Like so. And I don't think it's an icon. I'll probably add, yeah, it is. It's an image icon. So I'll add that, and underneath it, I'll add text. And I'll just replace it really quick. And what I'll do is I'll eventually end up deleting the second column also, and duplicate this once I have this perfected the way I want it to look like. So I can make the icon a bit smaller to make it look very similar to what we have here. Just update the text really quick. And now I'll shift click on the column and make sure that on a mobile device it's only half the width. And the reason why I want to do this is when you look at it, I want it to look like this, which looks really nice. So I can delete this one, I can shift click on this, and I can duplicate it by clicking on the big green button. So there, it looks really nice on mobile device when you have two items next to each other with less text. And now I can quickly change the icon. There. And notice how it still looks really good when it's next to each other when placed correctly. Change this. There you have it. It looks really nice, but let's make sure it also looks nice on desktop. It looks like we probably need to make the image of the phone maybe smaller. So I'll just click on it and I'll just reduce the size until it kind of matches there. That looks decent. And then I can add some spacing. So I'll shift click on one of the columns. I'll add more padding so it's more in the center there. Okay, with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video where we'll cover the next section on how to create it.